So the red planet Mars in astrology represents a warrior, represents the fighting strength, physical and mental fighting strength of a person. Okay, so Mars, because Mars is not the general, he's the soldier. Okay, so Mars, this is why Mars signifies anger in a person. Like if your Mars is weakly placed or if it's delineated, okay, what creates it creates a very unnecessary anger, kind of like a lunatic, like let's say Uday Hussein, the son of Saddam Hussein. He used to do so many things because he used to get ticked off like that. Like if a girl said no to him for doing anything with him, he would get mad, killer, throw them to the lions. People who, Uday Hussein is a perfect example of a badly placed Mars. Okay, and if you want to know that a good Mars, that would be somebody like Barack Obama, our president. He has that strength. Okay, he has that anger, but when he gets angry, he expresses it in a very dignified way. He strategizes his anger. He's not somebody who would like his opposite, his evil foil Uday Hussein, who's dead now, who would just get angry no matter what anybody says. If somebody rejects his deal, he would kill him. He would do whatever he wants. Where if somebody like our president Barack Obama, when Republicans don't want to deal with him, doesn't want to go along with this policy, he doesn't start throwing things. He doesn't start beating people up. I mean, he gets angry, but he justifies his anger and he expresses it in a manner that is actually understood by a common man. Okay, and Mars also represents your male friends and your brother. Okay, so if you get into a lot of trouble with friends or your brother and you do not get along, okay, that's probably your Mars is not good. It's not well placed in your horoscope because Mars is a masculine energy. Okay, and this is why Mars represents the male friends, the male, all the male personalities that come in your life. Now, this doesn't necessarily include your father because Sun is represented by the father. Okay, and neither does Mars represents your husband. When they say women are from Venus and men are from Mars, no, women are from Venus, men are from Jupiter. The husband is represented by the Jupiter, which we will talk about later on. But Mars represents the willpower. Okay, he's the inner strength and outer strength. So when people, when they lose a lot in life, if their Mars is strong, if it's well placed, they will do whatever it takes to go back to that point, if not higher. Okay, and this is why a lot of people in sports, athletes, boxers, they have a very strong, well-placed Mars. Okay, Michael Jordan has a Mars in the 10th house, the most excelled position. He's a fighter. No matter if he could, if they say he was bad in defense, he improved his defense. They say he was bad at passing, he showed them, no, I can pass too. So Michael went all the way through. Mike Tyson, again, excelled Mars in the 10th house. Mike Tyson, you know who he was, what he was about. He was a fighting machine. He was like a Terminator. Because when somebody challenged him, he went to it. He went for it. And also in astrology, Mars is a representation of your married life too. Because, Mars can affect your married life more than any other planet. So if, let's say, Mars is in your 7th house of marriage, it doesn't matter what your sun sign is. Mars can create a lot of friction in the marriage. It can create a lot of arguments in a marriage. If Mars is in the 4th house, it doesn't like to be there. Because, it's like putting a soldier into a kitchen. Tell him to cook. He'll be like, what? I'm a warrior. I need to fight out there. I'm not out here to cook your meal. So this is why Mars in the 4th house also creates a lot of friction with the mother, with your home life, and your mother will have ill health because of that. Mars, definitely in the 2nd house, in the 1st house, and the 12th house creates a lot of anger. Like impulse anger, like just you get ticked off and you will start throwing things. You will start, saying a lot of curse words and all of those. So this is what Mars does. There's a good side and a bad side to each planet, and which I just described. But I'll tell you what this much: excelled Mars in your chart, especially even no matter what sign Mars is in, if it's in the 10th house, you will be the most successful person in the world. I mean, if you have this, I would make you a CEO of my company. Because I know this guy, no matter what, he will get the deal done. He will go out there and he will, make things happen for my company. But anyway, if you want to check out more about astrology and know exactly what it is, besides your sun sign and stuff, check out the link below.